Hey there, I'm trying to get out of my sunshine, which is really unusual. I love being in the sunshine. Okay, happy Monday. I'm going to bring you card number 4, and usually just bringing my card into the camera helps to kind of play against the sun a little bit there. So I'm working through my set of 10 cards for April, and like I said, this is card number 4. It's a gorgeous day here finally. I was gonna get motivated to do tons of stuff around the house, and instead I snuck out because it was just fun to run errands without a winter coat finally. It is April, and yes, up until now I've had my winter coat out all the time. So with that, let me get my iPad set down and my camera turned around for you guys, because I know that it's not easy to see me anyway in the sunshine. Okay, there we go. Got that, and I can turn on my video so I can look for comments and such. Hey there, Lisa. Here it is. This is card number 4, and this is a retiring stamp set. Today I'm going to be showing you lots of things that are 20% off. So this Timeless Tulip stamp set, you guys know anything Dutchy is like true to my heart. Hi Nancy, hi Wendy, hi Brenda. And so even though I would love to bring out more ideas with the Timeless Tulip stamp set, I probably will, I want to do something with this because it's retiring, and it's been super popular since day one, and I even have just sold some more of these last week. So it's just interesting how some things are timeless. Get that, Timeless Tulips. And so that kind of helps. So this stamp set, I'm just looking at my list here. The Timeless Tulips is on page, here, I've got it right here, in the annual catalog, things that are retiring, on page 38. So yes, so you can see all how big it is and all the different sentiments there. But what I want to show you is on page 38, the fun thing that's not shown in the catalog is instead of being $18, it is $14.40. So 20% off there. And I did think about making this into a Mother's Day card because Mother's Day isn't that far away. Hi Pam, hi Arlene, and I do need to make my mom a Mother's Day card. So that would be perfect. But I also keep hearing how many people are needing sympathy cards lately, and there's a couple great sentiments for sympathy as well. But since many of you say how much inspiration you get from videos and change things up, just know that if you own this set or are thinking of getting this set, you have those options. You have birthday, Easter, Mother's Day, get well, sympathy, and that's what I think has made this stamp set so popular, is because there's so many sentiment options, which we all love and want. Now this paper, this is really cool paper. I love the pansy paper, so you can always see from my little strips that I've been using and chopping it up. This is the design I'm going with today. So it's got some bumblebee, just like random kind of polka dots, not a strict pattern of that, on the Calypso Coral, and I like that color combination. But like I said, this is from the pansy paper here, and the pansy paper, that is also 20% off too. So let's see, pansy paper, I should have been better at having this ready. It is 20% off. Oh, here we go. 20% off. So instead of $11.50, $9.20 for this whole pack of 12 by 12 paper as well. And then the last thing that I want to show is I will show you how I'm going to make this vase here, and that is from the Tasteful Labels dies. And as I use dies until I make up cards and such, I set them aside. So my Tasteful Labels dies is looking pretty slim right now. That's because that one card that I made last week for you guys had 4 of the dies from there, and I've been using different things with that, so then they get put in my little magnetic tray so I don't lose them. But those are on sale 20% off, so instead of $31, they're $24.80. So lots of stuff that is discounted. Something that is not discounted is the punch. So this is still $18, the Tulip punch, and I think you'll like seeing me use it to go, yeah, that's a great punch. Hi there, Amy. And then this is not discounted because this is carrying over, and I always like to let you guys know things that are carrying over too, so that you don't have to worry so much about jumping on the bandwagon, but yet it might be something that you still want to add to an order just because it's a really great punch, and I do use that one quite a bit. So I was happy to see that it's not retiring. All right, so here we have kind of our little color scheme going here. Hi, Darla. So we've got some Bumblebee. This is one of the retiring in colors. So Bumblebee, just the traditional old olive, which I use a ton because it's a great green. Some pieces of white, and yeah, that pretty paper from the pansies. So that's kind of our little color scheme going there. And I think what I'm going to do is just run the one thing through my die first, because all I'm going to do is use this from, like I said, the Tasteful Labels dies. I'm just running this through to make a vase. So to make things easy, call me crazy, but I like to make things easy for you too and pass along hints and tips. So this is a 3-inch strip of cardstock here. Hi, Donna. Good to talk with you today, or message or email. Yes. So with this 3-inch strip, I'm just going to lay my die here, and you can see on camera that it doesn't go all the way to the end, and that's going to be perfect. So I'm just going to keep cutting like 3-inch strips and cutting my dies out. So then I'll always have a straight bottom there, and I'll know approximately, you know, how big my vase is going to be instead of wondering, because this isn't the easiest thing after cut. I have done it to put in a trimmer, just because you don't have that nice level horizontal piece to go across the top, so it could end up a little crooked. So if I cut my strip first, then that will help with that. So my tip of the day might be the only one I have all week. Who knows? It's Monday. So now I can just slide this through like so, and then when I take this out, there we have that piece. And like I said, then you've got the nice cut across the bottom already. And I love that stitching on there too. So Tasteful Labels dies. I will be sad to see them retire. And let's see, just going to, actually this does look a little crooked. I wonder if my die moved just a hair. So I'm just going to take it over to my trimmer and trim that to make it, I don't know. Hold on one second. Just want to make sure. There. I think that looks a little bit more flat. I think it's the optical illusion too, with kind of that hourglass thing going on. I don't know. I'm just going to go forward. Here we go. So for the card base, I've got some Bumblebee, like I said, retiring. And then this is 8.5 by 5.5. So that's scored at the 4 1/4 there for that fold for the card base. And then I'm going to go right into putting this pretty paper down, the pansy paper, so you can see what's on that side. For those of you that have the pansy products, I bet you love that the dies cut out those pansies on some of the pieces of that pretty paper. I think it's great, so that you just have a die and then the flowers are already colored in for you. I love this random polka dot pattern here. So that's why I thought that was really fun to go with that. And I love how well it complements the Bumblebee and the Calypso Coral too. So this is kind of ready to go, but now I need to do some stamping for you guys. The only ink pad that I'm using, ink pad color, is Calypso Coral. And oh yeah, thanks Nancy. Yes, and sometimes I just have to think out of the box. You know, you can do different things like making dies work, you know, besides just being a die to cut out a shape or something. And then the punches too, for that same reason. It's great. I love hearing your guys' feedback. Appreciate that. And so with this, I'm going to get out my Stampin' Pierce mat, because this is a photopolymer stamp set. So that's going to give us a really good image when we stamp on the Pierce mat here. Hi Barb, good to have you on here. So I'm going to need a total of 3 tulips. So I'm going to put one on each end there and then one here. And before I stamp, I always kind of like rearrange like my punch and kind of go, okay, how's it going to like feed into this? And so I know that I'm going to have to put this down first. So sometimes they have us almost stamp upside down, and that's how it's going to feed into the punch when you're holding it and looking at it, which you're going to want to do, because that's the whole joy of being able to stamp first and then punch, is to line things up. So that makes it so very nice. so let me just go and punch out the other two right away. I just cut like a long strip of 1.75, I think it was, of the basic white to do that. And it kind of didn't even pause when I was stamping, but I will hold up one of these tulips to show you. This is also one of those distinctive stamp sets as far as when the artist from Stampin' Up! Made it. And put this together, you can see how they have the shading right on there. So even though I am only using, like I said, the one ink pad color, the Calypso Coral, isn't it just amazing how much depth, you know, the light and the dark, that you would think like there was a lot of technique possibly done to make these tulips look like that instead of just one quick stamp. And because I think I sometimes get used to it, I just kind of stamp it quick and off I go. And I need to show you guys sometimes what makes some of these stamp sets special like that. So anytime you're in the catalog and you see something that has a little logo thing that says distinctive, that's what that means. Hi Barb, I've got another Barb joining. Good to have you on here. Okay, so I'm going to start kind of lining these things up and eyeing these things here. And then what I did is just took some old olive and just cut off 1/8 strips like this. So they almost look like, you know, just tiny little straws, pretty skinny, 1/8 inch there. Just going to get those ready. And another thing that I'm going to do is just from the side punch here is get some little punches, just a couple of the leaves to make some leaves. Now you could make an actual like tulip and kind of build the tulip with these pieces, or you can make leaves, and I'm choosing leaves because I just wanted a little bit more old olive color in my card to make it feel a little bit full and kind of tie everything together. And then I have just one more piece of stamping that I want to do. So I'm going to pull over a 1 inch by, I think it's 2.75. I always like to let you guys know. Yeah, about in between 2.5 by 2.75. That doesn't have to be, you know, perfect this way, but it is 1 inch because I wanted that 1 inch to feed into this perfectly, because there's those 3 trays, the 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch. So if you have one that is exactly the right width, then it's going to feed in there really nice. Okay, so here's my stamp. Had to look for that. And this is going to be for the outside. What a beautiful difference one single life makes. And that I'm just going to stamp out here, kind of in the middle. And now this can go right in. A lot of times I use this one for kind of a nice little banner. I'm going to use the opposite one there. Hi, Carol. And this is going to get fed like that and just punched, and then it just takes off that edge. And I like to show people this is what's left over, because it doesn't just, you know, cut clean off. There's a little bit extra there. So if you are making exact measurements, you might want to go a little bit longer, you know, like maybe 1/4 inch, not even that much, just to make sure that you have plenty of extra cardstock on there. And then I'm going to bring over my trimmer here just to give that a really nice trim. I want to get it pretty close to the sentiment there. There we have that. And now I can finally do my assembly. And in fact, I was almost going to emboss this for you guys, but I thought if this seems like it's a bit much for people, I will just give that suggestion for those that are the avid crafters and think, oh yeah, that would be fun after cutting this out to stick that in an embossing folder and have that be some kind of texture on there. But I decided to just do plain. And I think part of it too was seeing like the polka dots. I didn't want to get too busy. And you know, if this is a sympathy card, that's another reason why you just don't want to go whole hog with all sorts of different designs and things too. Kind of wanted to keep things subtle. Let's see. So next I'm going to kind of match this up like so. There's kind of a right and a wrong for the leaves. And so that I'm just going to put like one glue dot, if you can see that there in the middle. And I'm just going to kind of encase that on that side of that tulip. And then over here, like, yeah, here's the right and the wrong way. Like, you don't want to put a leaf on going like that. That's not going to work. hold on. So then, yeah, there we go. That's how we want to have that. So then I'm going to put my glue dot in the middle going that direction, and then just glue dot that onto here. So we have that little bit of a leaf going on there. Now I'm going to take some more glue dots and just put one behind each of my tulips here, like so, and that will allow me to stick on these 1/8 inch pieces of the old olive. So this would make kind of a fun Easter centerpiece too, if you wanted to do a bunch of these tulips and make some kind of like floral arrangements. Obviously, I'm talking to people that already own this, which a lot of you do. That's why I'm kind of excited about today's project, because if you ordered it and wanted it in time for Easter, it would not be here. So I'm just gonna snip away that a little bit. And now I want to pop up the vase here. So I'm just going to grab some dimensionals and put that alongside the bottom here, like so. And then I'm going to put, whoops, that's the top. I don't want them close to the top yet. I want that later, but it's easier if I kind of just leave that. So right now I'm just putting like 3 dimensionals like that towards the bottom, and I want to leave this open because it's going to make it easier. Like I struggled putting my flowers and getting them arranged nicely. And so if I leave that open, then it's really easy to just tuck these in. So let me keep building on this. I'm going to flip these over and get some dimensionals. I'm going to do like 2 on each. My crafting friend Nancy is watching, so then I always feel like, oh my goodness, should I try and fit 6 dimensionals on each tulip, because that's kind of what she would like to do. And I'm sure there's others of you too that are like, the more dimensionals the better. So this project uses a lot of dimensionals and a lot of glue dots too. All right, so I'm just going to put this one that doesn't have any of the leaves right kind of front and center, like so. So the dimensionals will pop up this part, and then this will just lay flat this green stem underneath there. And now this one, because that leaf is on that side, that's going to just go there. And you just kind of have to make sure that you don't get it off too far so that this goes off your card. And same with this side. You want to be respectful of that border boundary there, but yet I kind of want it to take up as much space as it can to fill up that card. So we've got that, and now that all these are tucked in there, then sometimes what I do when it's just, I'm going to kind of seal this and pop it up. Oops, my scissor charm is kind of locking my scissor shut. Okay, so with that, I'm just going to take just a little chunk here of dimensional, kind of that border right across there, and then I can just kind of lay that at the top. And now that's going to seal all of those green stems in there, plus pop that up. So see, Nancy's paying attention. She just responded that, yes, I didn't use enough dimensionals. No. All right, and now the only thing left to add for the stamping part is what I've stamped, that sentiment there. And so I'm just going to flip this over and add a couple dimensionals to that. And I feel like I keep kind of doing the same type of routine, a couple dimensionals, and then some adhesive here, some of the seal adhesive. And because this is cut straight, I'm going to just kind of line that up the same border here as the pretty paper. So this has the dimensional on it, and this has the adhesive. And because the base is popped up, now this is all the same level that way too. So makes it so far really nice for mailing because everything is the same height that way. Thanks, Pam. And you know, really like it's a little putsy putting the pieces together, but yet it really does come together pretty quick and easy. Now you guys know me, I like to add a little bit of an accessory here too, and keep waiting patiently for the polished dots to come back in. And these are found in the mini catalog that we have going right now. You can tell I liked the vanilla, nope, not vanilla, these are the clear ones. Two-tone, so clear and Calypso Coral. So it's a really light Calypso Coral. Hi, Diane. And so all I have left until my shipment comes next week, I was just able to order some more. This is all I have left, guys. So I'm just going to take a big one here and a small one here, and then another large one here, and just kind of fill in this spot here, like around the vase and then around the sentiment. I tried to put them in around the tulips, and just the spacing was just not right. I couldn't get large or small. Like I was trying to put it in there, and it kind of just got lost between the polka dots and the tulips and everything. And I thought, you know what, when I added it here, I really liked kind of the look of just having it on one side and spacing out and varying the large and the small ones too. Oh, hi Diane, thank you for sharing. Now I'll just finish this by adding a nice touch to the inside. So like I said today, with it being a sympathy card, then there's 2 sentiments that go wonderful for both the inside and outside of the card. So with the outside saying what a beautiful difference one single life makes, then the inside is going to complement that by saying, may the memories of yesterday comfort you today. So I'll just stamp that out from that Timeless Tulip stamp set. And then I'm just going to follow through with one more of the tulips just there, like so, with plenty of space yet left to write your sentiment and your personal note in there for a sympathy card. So, like I said, a lot of the products today that I'm using, I will post a still shot of this card and then have the recipe kind of like I always do. But a lot of these products, just know, are 20% off. The stamp set, the dies, and the paper. So keep that in mind too if you're just joining in. So this is today's card number 4 for the April set of 10. There you go. There you go. So thanks for joining in. Let me get my camera turned around. And I think my husband might be throwing something on the grill, so I could kind of come in a little bit later and have that taken care of, and so I can finish talking to you. I'm gonna maybe put my card in. No, that's not even working either. Usually if I put a card in, then the sun doesn't do that. Okay, I'll just hurry and go through my spiel. So if you would like my set of 10 cards for April, if you place a minimum $75 order using this month's host code, then wow, that's really bad, but I love the sunshine. Then you can get my set of 10 cards for free. If you just want the set of 10 cards, I'm only on number 4 so far, then just send a check or some kind of payment. I do Venmo too, for $25, and that will include the cost for the 10 cards plus the shipping to you. Unless you're local, I might just pop in and deliver. So have a great rest of your Monday, and see you guys tomorrow afternoon with card number 5. Take care.